Studio check.
Frequencies check.
We are live on air.
You are listening to the It Factor, blessing the airwaves. Take the journey into the world of sports, news, entertainment, while embracing the hottest beats on the planet. Rocking the mind, body, and with energy, electricity, and a splash of controversy. Now, without further ado, it's our pleasure to bring to you
The biggest show in the world.
The biggest show in the world.
the biggest show in the world, the SBTV Nation.
Friday, December 23rd is in the house, and it is I Told You So Friday.
What's up, Dream? Good
I'm
morning,
hearing
Dream.
a bunch of I Told You So flying off on Twitter. Dream told you about the home team dogs.
Yes.
Dream told you about Eli Manning. Dream told you about the Giants. Dream told you this was going to happen.
Dream, you know what? There's I don't know if there's any other team outside of the Dallas Cowboys of a couple of years ago that play you more than the New York Football Giants.
The Giants haven't been that bad to me this year. Last night's spot was awful. Hey, good morning, everybody. This is The Dream. This is the SBTV Nation, biggest show in the world, where we just do not try to sugarcoat bad stuff.
Well, you know what? Hey, I warned you about betting a home team against a home team underdog. Dream, you
No,
can't
I'm
do
saying,
it.
if you
You
want
can't
to
do it.
see some lollipops and candy, turn on The View right now.
Yes,
Look
exactly.
at Whoopi Goldberg for a minute.
I thought Whoopi Goldberg was going to leave the country if Donald Trump got elected. What
No,
happened?
Whoopi's not. Listen, nobody who has over $100,000 in the bank is leaving the country.
I love all the celebrities when President-elect Donald Trump, they said if he got elected, they would leave the country. And where are you going? I said pack your bags and kick rocks. That's what
I know
said.
you do. I know you do. Dude, please, can you want to start with
I'm gonna
that's
start
the
with
last
it just
thing I want
fine.
to talk about today is Donald. Let's kick him to the curb for today.
All right, before we get into the NFL and what went down yesterday, let's have a conversation about the fantasy football contest with SBTV Nation. Dream, we filled our 15-player contest in 6-7 hours.
Not even.
Not
Dude,
even.
it wasn't even that long.
So that was cool. So we've got the other one still popping where it's a 10-person league and we've already got 5 members of that. So guys, if you want, what I'm going to do is I'm going to post the link on Twitter with the contest. We have 5 more spots. This contest is going to go. It's going to do 12 games of the NFL for tomorrow and for Sunday. So I think that's kind of cool to have, while you're chilling with the fam doing the holiday thing. You got Christmas Eve. You got games all day long. It's going to be a lot of fun, Dream.
No doubt. Definitely should be a good time. We had a good time with it last Sunday.
Yeah.
It was my first time doing daily fantasy. Hat and Dan have done it a little bit before, even though you wouldn't know it where they placed. But anyway,
Oh, man, you're real funny. Real funny guy this morning.
So listen, without further ado, Giants last night.
New York Football Giants go down. Elijah Manning throws 3 interceptions, Dream, as usual.
Eli Manning in an interception throw. And I know Irv already hit me up this morning talking about go easy on the Giants. The Giant fans want me to go easy on the Giants. But I cannot go easy on the Giants.
Why not?
Because there's no explanation for last night's performance.
Okay.
There is not. Okay? You get your playoff berth with the win last night. You're playing a bad Philadelphia Eagles team. Okay? They're not good. I don't care what anybody says. The Eagles are not good. And the reason I'm going to even go into more detail why they're not good is up until the last 50 seconds of the game, they still could have lost. So that's letting you know they're not a good team. Because honestly, any other team would have been up on the Giants by probably 21 points by the fourth quarter.
Well, they are 5-2 at home, Dream. The Philadelphia Eagles.
I don't care that they're 5-2 at home. OJ, you know I'm shouting today. You know I'm shouting today because last night made no sense, and I'm gonna blame a little bit on the Giants. And I know you guys want to hear this. Yes, the refs helped make a mess of that game last night, but here's my issue. On 4th down, before the pass interference play, they say we're going to hard count. We're going to try to draw them offsides. So the offensive line, these are professionals, okay? These guys get paid multi-million dollars to play football, okay? They don't get, it's not like they got a side job like at Wendy's, you know what I mean, making Baconators, okay? They don't have that, all right? They get paid money to play professional football. They are told, they practice this 100 million times, we're going to use a hard count to try to draw them off, and if not, we're going to go on whatever count, or we're going to take a timeout and then do something different because it's 4th and inches. To go off sides after you take the timeout to tell everybody the game plan,
yeah, that's brutal,
is absolutely unacceptable.
Dream, you know what?
It's unacceptable, Hat.
You know what? To paint the picture of the NFL this year, I think you have like a permanent crying Jordan face on your profile.
I do. The NFL is just so. But there's the powers that be in the NFL. Actually, they like what they have. They like this product, which is mind-boggling to me because I don't mind seeing parity to a certain extent. But I want parity with just everybody playing good games, you know, good gameplay and solid professional gameplay. I don't want parity because of sloppy mistakes and bad refereeing. And then after the guy goes off sides, the non-pass interference call, when my man has him, I mean, he's wrapped up, Hat. It's a bad, no call.
I understand that. Well, you know what, Stream? Hey. You know what? The New York Football Giants had the opportunity time and time again. He did throw for a lot of yards. I mean, Elijah had 356 yards through the air. Just could not get it done.
Settling for field goals when they needed touchdowns. Mm-hmm. The defense wasn't as sharp as they had been in recent weeks. To me, there were two more controversial calls, and that was not the pass interference, but the two roughing the passer calls. I did struggle with those. I know that they have called them in certain games, but they haven't called them in other games. You know, we talk about the hit on Cam Newton the other night, which they didn't call a roughing the passer on that, which I definitely believe because of that particular play on Sunday night or Monday night, whenever that was. I'm sorry. That particular play on Monday night is why they called the roughing the passer call last night on Carson Wentz that I thought was not that great of a call. I didn't think that was a good call. The second one where they saying that he was driven down to the ground, I struggle with that one too, but okay. I know they called it in particular instances this season. Both of those plays were game-saving, drive-saving plays that continued to let the Eagles drive. And I believe that the last roughing the passer allowed the Eagles to get in the field goal range and kick the field goal.
Got it. Well, the Giants only put in one touchdown and kicked 4 field goals, Dream.
I know.
So they couldn't make it happen after all. And you know what, though? You still got to give credit where credit is due. Odell Beckham Jr., 11 catches, 150 yards. And, I mean, his moves are great.
Nope. And that's my next little issue, okay? Because I know everybody wants to Odell Beckham me to death. And you know what? I already said I gave him some props on that last game with that last touch. But I'm going to tell you this one thing about Odell Beckham last night. Last night, it was about crossing patterns and little short dinking. All those 11 catches, that's because they did like that Andre Johnson thing, how Andre Johnson used to do in Houston, where they throw little dink passes to him and try to get him in space. He was never able to get behind and deep for that deep ball, that one big play that he usually gets off every game. That didn't come to fruition last night. He didn't get that off. The one other issue that I do have with Odell Beckham is the last punt. He had an opportunity to run to attempt to run that back, and he fair caught it. And I know some people are probably going to be like, "Oh, come on, Dream." Okay, come on, Dream. But my thing is you run around, you're so dope. You talk about how dope you are. No one could tackle you. You're the best. Okay, catch the ball and go get a touchdown. I mean, we see I remember Deshaun Jackson doing it to the Giants on Monday night. Caught the ball, and I know every Giant fan listening to this conversation right now probably just crashed their car because they remember that play. But He fair caught that ball. There was space for him to run it back. Now, I don't know that he would have returned it for a touchdown, but they needed extra yardage when that ball was punted to him. And even Collinsworth said, I wouldn't punt the ball to him. And I'm thinking, yo, they're not punting to him. I'm like, oh, they're going to punt to him. He's got a lane. And he fair caught the ball.
Yeah, I got it. Well, you know what, Dream? You've been very salty with football this year, Dream.
It's just been an awful, abysmal season. Okay, it's been
Why don't you
two steps.
Why don't you let me get on your account and make you some money?
2 steps forward, 5 steps back. 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. 4 steps forward, 1 step back. It's just not at all been consistent this season. And let you get on my account. All right.
Let me get on your account and grow it for you.
Let you get on my account with the Michigan winning a national title future that we already blew up.
Well, you know what? The Houston Cougars was a big play for me, and that one didn't materialize. But you know what? The NFL has been halfway decent for me. But you know what? The game did go over last night, Dream. It did end up going over because it was 41.5. So it was close. But, hey, it is what it is, and we will keep it moving and go from there, Dream. But New York Football Giants are 10-5. They have not made the playoffs yet because of the loss. And with the loss, the Dallas Cowboys clinched the NFC East.
They should be like, yo, you can't go now.
What, to the Giants? Yeah, right?
Yeah. Okay, that's it. We're gonna let Philly in now instead. I mean, that would be the messed up NFL that I would have.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, yo, I'm changing all the rules. Okay, because I want the games competitive this week. I'm gonna pick out a couple of teams that I may let in if the Giants don't win on Thursday night.
Good morning to everybody. We are the SBTV Nation. I am the Mad Hatter, and I got my salty co-host, The Dream, on the other line here. So what's up?
You know you salty this morning because people took the Giants. Listen, a lot of people took the Giants thing. I don't want to hear. Listen, stop with the whole Vegas thing. I can't listen. These guys are not intelligent enough to fix games. Listen, I've been hearing that rhetoric forever since we started doing the show. Vegas and this, that, and the other, and the home time. Listen. Home team dog on prime time. You want to believe that, and that's cool. All right, but like I just said, I just named to you 3 terrible instances that were coincidence. That had nothing to do with the home team. No, that had to do with dumb people doing dumb things. So I'm gonna try to let it go a little bit.
Hey, Dream, nice pictures you sent to me. I appreciate that.
Yes.
Yeah, that was very, very nice. Very nice. So, anyway, guys, good morning to you, SBTV Nation. We're live on Twitter right now. Feel free to retweet our show. We appreciate it. We'll give you props at the end. And also, we're going to send out after the show, I will send out the contest link for the fantasy football winner take all. We already got one filled at 15 people. This next one has 10 people. We're already halfway filled. There we have 5. So I'm assuming by the end of today, we should have that one filled, Dream.
Yep.
So, we're moving and shaking and moving right along here. So, and you know what, guys? I know you're probably reluctant to sign up because you're going to get your asses beat by yours truly, but it's all good because I'm going to win both contests this week.
Oh, please.
I'm going to win them both.
That's
it. I'm going to take the title from JP. I got to take his title this week. So I'm going to get it. You know what? I'm going to win both contests, and I will have the Universal title and the World Championship all in once. So let's rock. Rick Lopez wants me to run the staff.
I know. Look, have you spotted the Loch Ness Monster where you're at, please? You guys in the stuff that you guys want to believe.
Dream, it's true. How many times are you going to let that happen before you acknowledge it and embrace it?
Oh, my God.
It's like every other week.
Jonesy, I don't want to hear about... listen, great players make great plays to win games. If you can't have a big play to win the team the game, I don't care what you did all during the game. I don't care that you ran around during the game. You needed to get a big play at the end of the game to win the game for your team. Like MJ, okay, you gave the ball to Michael Jordan and he made the shot. He didn't tell you, okay, well, I made 32 the whole game, so it's somebody else's turn. No, when the game is on the line, great players go and win.
I'd love to hear. I bet you the bookmakers are listening to the show right now laughing at you, Dream. All right, guys. We are going to keep it moving and go from there. Dream, it's college football bowl season.
Ugh, some of the old dirty dog nasties are in play.
Yes, we
this
have
evening.
some ugly games today. But you know what? I'm pretty excited about it because this is the weekend where I'm going to start dabbling into the college footballs.
Uh-oh.
And get into the bowl games and have the conversation with you on these particular games that we've got 3 today, Dream. So looking at it here, you've got start at 1 o'clock. We have a 1 o'clock, a 4:30, and an 8. So they spread it out pretty good, which is nice. The problem is the first game on the ticket
I was just going to say that.
is Eastern Michigan versus Old Dominion.
Can't wait to get involved with that.
Can't wait. Old Dominion's minus 5.5 with an under-over of 64. And leading passer for Old Dominion, David Washington, 2,648 yards, 28 touchdowns on the season. Dream, how much money are you putting on this game?
At least a Gino. I'm going to definitely drop at least a Gino on out of frustration on Eastern Michigan. I'm just going to take the dog because the SBTV Nation loves underdogs. So I'm just going to take a dog and put a Gino on it and sit back and, I'm going to think I'll money line Eastern Michigan. Throw all gambling rules and watching teams play and talent. Throw that all out the window because it doesn't matter. Okay, like The Rock says, it doesn't matter what you've seen. It doesn't matter that the better athletes are on Old Dominion. It doesn't matter that 5 of their top 10 will go to the pros. None of that matters. The only thing that matters is Vegas and the spreads.
All right. So when you look at both of these teams offensively, they put up a lot of yards. I mean, Eastern Michigan, 453 yards per game, 433 for Old Dominion. The one key ingredient here to Old Dominion's success is their turnover margin. They're almost +1 per game, Dream. And looking at a couple of other things, the problem with them is that their opponent red zone points, they're giving up almost a touchdown every single time their opponent is in the red zone. So their opponents aren't kicking field goals. And one more thing I'm looking at here is that their third down conversion percentage is very low. I'm surprised this team has such a great record here, considering the fact that they have those key negative factors in their stats. You know what I mean?
I do.
Eastern Michigan, hey, maybe a live dog here. I'm not getting involved in the game. I wish you guys the best of luck if you get involved in this one. But Dream, at 1 o'clock, you know what? I still got work to do, brother.
Okay.
So I'm still going to be out, managing the guys and doing everything that I do today because I'm not going to be getting involved at the 1 o'clock game at all.
Sure don't want to get involved with this game, kid?
Dude, you know what? I think I've got...
Should be the epitome of excitement. I've been waiting for this game.
Right on, brother. I'm just going to report a couple of other trends that we have as far as this is concerned, guys. When you look at it, I'm just pulling it up. The Old Dominion Monarchs give up 27.8 points per game. Eastern Michigan 30. So you might see a lot of scoring in this particular affair. Although the under 8 out of 10 times has come to form with Eastern Michigan, Dream.
Gotcha.
So that might mean that those totals are inflated when they play. So just something to take a look at, guys. If you got to play on this game, let me know. I wish you the best of luck. And anybody that has the most impressive win in the bowl season, meaning like they tell me like a first half over, and it's like 70 points in the first half or something like that. I would like to see it, and I would like to put you on the show if you're that badass. Because there's been some plays where, for instance, Dream, the Bama-Florida game,
Yep.
Whoever had the first half over in that game is the man or woman that called it, period.
Okay.
And you could show me a ticket and actually prove that you put that play in. I'll give you a lot of props live on the show.
And that's all you're getting is props,
Yeah.
which is props from Hat is about as useful as Eli Manning throwing interceptions.
Yeah.
Eli going around talking about how he's a dope quarterback in the NFL with 2 Super Bowl rings.
You still got 2 Super Bowl rings. Dream.
Could you imagine Eli meeting somebody didn't know him, just came to this planet and didn't know Eli or just got to this country, whatever. I shouldn't have said that. And then Eli's like, hey, I'm Eli, man, I won 2 Super Bowls and I'm a dope quarterback. And then they watched him watched him all this season. And they're like, really, dude? How the hell did you win a Super Bowl at Medvac too?
No doubt. I agree with you on that one. So, all right, so let's move on and let's have a conversation about the next game that I know you're interested in. Louisiana Tech versus Navy, Dream.
And by the way, Hat,
Yes.
speaking of Eli Manning,
Yep.
Peyton Manning has bought Eli a Christmas present. It is his own life-size crying Jordan. Go ahead.
All right. So looking at this here, we've got this matchup where Navy is decimated with injuries. As we know, we saw it in the Army game, Dream.
Yes.
Third-string quarterback in for Navy
Yes.
right now. So what's your thoughts on Louisiana Tech, who is 8-5 versus 9-4 Navy? Navy coming off the loss, first time in 14 years that they lose
Army.
to Army.
Yeah, I kind of like Louisiana Tech tonight. I don't love it. It's not a game that I plan on playing, but I do kind of lean towards Louisiana Tech. But the only reason is, like Hat said, Navy's just decimated with injuries. And when you get a lot of injuries, you're getting a lot of people that play are in situations that they haven't been in all season. And now all of a sudden you're in a bowl game on top of it. So that kind of, reinforces, the importance of the game even more. It's a bad spot to put young kids in that aren't used to what's going on. So you might get the kids to step up and really come to form. I just don't see it. And running a triple option type of offense that Navy runs, there's a lot of it has to click on certain cylinders and it has to run with a little bit of rhythm. I just don't know everybody's going to be on the same page as far as the rhythm's concerned. I don't know if the coaching staff was able to get everybody really right, over the last, couple of weeks or even, this week too. So that being said, I kind of am leaning Louisiana Tech in this matchup. I don't love this game. I don't love any of the bowl games today, but I kind of lean Louisiana Tech.
And I understand why you would. Number one, Navy is decimated with injuries. We talked about it already. Number two is that when you have a team that runs a triple option offense, what that is that's a run-happy team. So what happens is now you've got a pretty prolific offense in Louisiana Tech coming to town, where Louisiana Tech puts up 516 yards per game of total offense stream. So what that means is that, spread offense, quick strikes, boom, boom, boom. They get up 14 points. What's Navy going to do at that point?
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like with the triple option, it's like, that's a very slow-moving game plan. And they're not really passing the ball all too much, if not at all. I mean, they're only passing, Dream, 125 yards through the air per game, Navy. Because that's the way the triple option offense is designed, where it's mostly rushing the whole time. And Louisiana Tech, believe it or not, is not that bad versus the run. They only allow 134 yards on the ground per game. So it's not horrible, Dream.
Okay.
I think Louisiana Tech pulls away, and I think once they get the big lead, I think it's going to be almost impossible for the Navy midshipmen to come back. And
Rick Lopez says that Navy's had time to work on their quarterback. They'll score some points. The Giants had time to work on their quarterback too, and they didn't, though, Rick. So just saying.
And thank you very much, Marlon, for the beautiful photo you just sent over. And
no doubt, Marley Marvin. Good look.
Little Freaky Friday reminiscence. I got no problem with Freaky Friday photos, Dream. You could keep sending those over to me, and I got no problem. What? So
touchy subject as to bring a Freaky Friday back or not.
Oh, whatever.
A lot of people want to bring it back. I don't know.
God.
You guys, I don't know if you know the real story behind Freaky Friday, but a couple of ladies, I'll just put it at this, generalize it. A few ladies felt a bit, what's the word I should use, Hat?
Offended.
Yeah, good one.
No,
Offended.
I'm going to tell the story. Here's what happened, guys.
Go ahead.
So what we've done, we were doing Freaky Friday, and everything was, ready to rock or whatever. And, obviously we were having a hell of a good time with it. And Marlon, that second one you sent is clearly amazing. Dream, come on. That one is killer. So anyway, we had a pretty big sports journalist that was going to come on the show on a Friday, mind you. And we didn't intentionally book him. It was just the way their schedule fell. And, she was a female, and she caught wind that we were doing Freaky Friday, so she actually thought she would be part of Freaky Friday.
Caught wind from a Twitter troll.
Right.
Let's keep that in perspective as well.
Yes. So she actually thought she was going to be part of Freaky Friday, so she canceled her appearance, and we kind of kind of put that to the wayside. But you know what? Hey, it's all good, Dream, and we're just having fun. And you know what? That just kind of puts a smile on my face when I see Marlon's photo like that.
You know, I think if we did Freaky Friday, one of the problems that we did have with Freaky Friday is we did get a few dabbles of pure nudity in the contest. I think if we kept it, you know, PG friendly, bathing suit,
PG.
you know,
Rated R. Rated R. We can do rated R. Come on. PG, my God. What are you trying to send me?
Just saying, bathing suits and, you know, clothes, sexy clothes. I think it wouldn't be an issue, but there were those ones that came through that were like borderline porn.
Yeah, got it. All right, so that's where we are as far as that's concerned, guys. So now you know the lowdown of Freaky Friday. But I'm more than happy to get the photos still. It's all good, Dream.
Sure.
So Louisiana Tech, I think, is the move. I really do.
I don't know about it being the move. I like Louisiana Tech. I don't love this game, guys. Honestly, there's so many games up and coming. You got a whole plethora of pro games tomorrow, so it's not like you're waiting until Sunday if you can't wait. I don't love this particular bowl game because there's a lot of intangibles in this game that we just can't account for right now. Especially, you just don't know how Navy's kids will react. It's my opinion, though, that they won't be able to handle all the pressure of the bowl situation along with Louisiana Tech, you know, looking to do what they do. So I think that under these conditions, they're going to kind of succumb. But who knows? They could actually, you know, step up and, you know, play above their heads. So I think when you factor in all of that, it's kind of a stay away from. You know, if you won last night and you're up for the season and you want to throw some light money on it, then yeah, get involved in it. I don't see why not. And like Kat says, I also like Louisiana Tech in that situation.
Well, I'm going to tell you the game plan for Navy. You know what they're dialing up already.
I do know what
they're
you're
going to dial up keep the offense, the opposing offense off the field type of offense where they're going to try to grind you 3 yards, 4 yards, 3 yards, first down. You know what I'm saying? 3 yards, 4 yards, 3 yards, first down, that kind of thing. Keep the clock moving and moving and moving and moving and keep that offense off the field. You know, play a little bit. Obviously, you're going to need to play a little bit of defense because you got a pretty, like I said, prolific offense here. So, but I think if they could keep the ball out of Louisiana Tech's hands and control the clock, you know, that's probably going to be the recipe to get this done.
And Rick Lopez just came through with some size.
With some size, huh? That's too much. I don't like that
one. For a hole.
That's airbrushed to death.
That's too much for a hole.
Oh, that's too much. There's a
too much for Trump followers?
President-elect Trump. Dream.
That's too much for the President-elect Trump supporters. However, the Obama supporters are feeling what Rick Lopez just brought through. And I think you know what I'm saying.
Oh, all right.
You're not going to hear this on The View this morning.
No, definitely not. All right, so the last game on the ticket at 8 o'clock, we got the Ohio Bobcats, who are 8-5, playing the Troy Trojans, who are 9-3. And Dream, the Troy Trojans kicked my ass a couple of times this year so far.
No
Towards
doubt.
the end of the year. And you know what? They played so dope up until like the last month of the season. And I just don't know what the hell happened to this team. You know what? They had all these wins in a row.
Yep.
And they came within a touchdown of Clemson in Clemson. And then
Sure.
just the last 2 out of 3, they just laid an egg, man. I don't know what happened to them. I mean, they lost to Georgia Southern and they lost to Arkansas State. I mean, 35-3 they lost, Dream.
Okay.
So this team is kind of backpedaling into the bowl game here. So this is a team that you might want to watch out for. And you've got an Ohio team that, I got to be honest with you, they were running neck and neck with Western Michigan.
They were 29-23. They lost that game.
Right? You remember that game?
I do.
And Western Michigan was given a lot of points, and I mean, they were all up in their ass, pretty much. So, what's your thoughts here, man? You got any views here?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't because, like you said, I don't know where Troy's at. I do think Ohio is a solid team, pretty good. What bothers me is the Central Michigan loss. because I don't think Central Michigan's that good.
No.
Okay, that loss bothers me. They lost to Central Michigan 27-20. They beat Arkansas, put up 9 points against Arkansas to manage that win, which is still absolutely bizarre to me. Another game that's kind of bizarre to me. And they did beat Toledo, though. I really can't figure them out.
Right on, man. Well, you know what, Dream? I'm
And
looking
not
at
Arkansas. I'm sorry, Akron, guys.
I'm looking
Akron
at-
Zips. They beat Akron 9-6.
I'm looking at both defenses here that don't give up a lot of points.
Okay.
Both teams only give up about 22 points a game. So, that's pretty interesting. That's pretty impressive for, most NFL teams give up more than that.
Sure.
So, in collegiate football where the clock stops every time you get a first down, that's pretty impressive for both sides. Troy puts up 34 points a game. Troy is 2-5 against the spread in the last 7 games. Dream, you know what? This one here is the stay away from for your boy.
You think so, huh?
Yeah, I don't like it. You know why? Because Ohio's even though they lost to Western Michigan, they got to be feeling themselves a little bit.
Okay.
And Troy is not feeling themselves at all, especially after losing, all those particular matchups. So looking at this one here, I'm going to just pull it up here, see if I can find some stats that are interesting on this game, guys. Let's see what I got. As far as rushing touchdowns are concerned, Ohio's not really doing much. They're only averaging 1.31 rushing touchdowns, makes them 102, ranked 102nd in all of the land. You know what? You're not playing the game, are you?
I'm not, but I'm leaning Troy hat.
Okay.
If I had to, we'll do that gun to your head kind of thing. I am going to say Troy. I don't absolutely love them, but I am going to say Troy today.
All right, sounds good. Well, I wish you the best of luck if you get involved in that one. You know they're giving that nasty 4, right?
I know they're giving the 4, and you guys know I won't lay the 4. So if you're going to do it, it's got to be money lined or tease. You might want to think about teasing that with the under. I don't usually like unders in college football. As Hat says, the clock stops every time you get a first down, so it's really tough in college football. But in this case, you might get a very low-scoring first half. You'll have to hold your fingers through the third and fourth, but the first half should be low-scoring. I think you might want to tease Troy and the under.
All right, sounds good. So that's going to do it for football as
Sure.
far as that's concerned. Now, guys, just so you know, tomorrow is the NFL because obviously they're spreading the games out between tomorrow and Sunday. So what's going to end up happening is that tomorrow's show is going to be pretty much predominantly NFL, Dream. Which
No
is
doubt.
cool. So, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I believe there's about how many games here? Wow, there's a lot.
12? Is it 12?
I believe you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 games tomorrow.
Yeah, 12.
That's pretty cool.
I absolutely love it. I think it's ingenious as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, man.
It gives you something to do on Christmas Eve because you don't go out. I don't know about you, but does anybody go out Christmas Eve?
I go to my mom's house on Christmas Eve.
Well, no, I mean out though, like at a bar and that kind of thing.
No.
Right, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So there's it's not that it's boring because it's family get together and whatever. But like I'm saying, there's something you always want something in the background because there's always that topic that comes up about somebody's in the family that's dusty did something messed up and is locked up. You don't want to be a part of that conversation, so you could dip into the living room and watch some football.
Yeah, no doubt, exactly. And when
You
people
got bowl games on top of it, Hat.
Yeah, right. You got bowl games. You got the NFL. You got 12 games tomorrow. They start at 1 o'clock, and that's perfect. I agree with you because, during the day on Christmas Eve, it's, some people still work. Some people do go out, Dream, believe it or not, because my sister works at the bar, and she says it's packed on Christmas Eve. So it's
Really?
Yeah, it
During
is.
the day.
During the day.
Okay,
But
yeah,
up until like 6 o'clock.
I could see that.
You know what I mean? So it's something definitely cool and a couple of really big matchups here. You got and they got it set up like a Sunday too. You got 1 o'clocks and 4 o'clocks.
Yeah, I know.
Wow, that's badass.
I'm aware. I absolutely love it. I think they did a great. I get on the NFL's case for a lot of stuff that they do wrong. I think that they got this part right.
They did, and they even have Saturday night football at 8 o'clock. But it's a nasty game. It's the Bengals and Texans.
And don't forget, you got Louisville, LSU Saturday. As far as the bowl games are, no, I'm sorry, not Saturday. It's not this Saturday. I'm sorry, my bad.
Yeah, what else do we got? We got on Saturday. We have couple of bowls, actually just one bowl, Middle Tennessee State and Hawaii.
Gotcha.
So I'm not going to be interested in that one, Dream.
It's not all that exciting.
All right, man. So what else you got here for us?
As far as football is concerned?
As far as the show, as far as tonight is concerned, is there any spots outside of college football that you're getting involved in as far as the NBA, as far as any of that?
It's NBA Friday. We have had some success on Fridays with the NBA as we look over this particular night and see what's going on. It doesn't look really pretty because there's some kind of tough matchups here. And don't forget, these guys are also preparing for Christmas and preparing for what's going on. First of all, let's talk a little bit about George Karl and what's going on, because now the players have had an opportunity to hear his comments, and you're starting to fire back. Kenyon Martin fired back a bunch of comments about Karl being the worst coach that he ever played for. My whole thing is, I've seen a lot of people kind of on the player side, and here's what I struggle with. And George Karl might not be a good coach. I don't know George Karl, but this is my thing, right? George Karl's been around. I mean, the guys, I don't know how old he is, but let's just say I want to say he's in his probably late 60s or in his 60s minimum. Yeah. You haven't heard a ton of bad press about him in his 60s.
No.
These guys, you've heard about, like, Carmelo Anthony's not considered he's considered offensively gifted, but a problem head case has kind of been following Carmelo Anthony since Syracuse, all right? Kenyon Martin, been around a lot of teams, played with a few organizations, hasn't had the greatest reputation in the NBA either. J.R. Smith, dude, there's absolutely no doubt in my mind J.R. Smith is a pain in the ass if you had to be his head coach.
Sure.
All three of these guys, as far as I'm concerned, they all look like exactly what George Karl said. Now, he may have went him. There might have not been a need to talk about them not having a father figure, because I wouldn't get into that if I was him.
Yep.
Okay? However they were raised, that's their business. And sometimes, I mean, people without fathers have been raised fine by their mothers as well. I just wouldn't open up that can of worms as far as that. But to say that they're entitled, pain in the ass athletes, dudes that have never really grown up, I mean, I look at these three guys, I kind of agree with that. I mean, I really do.
Could be, Dream.
I mean, J.R. Smith, he looks like a pain in the neck. You know what I'm saying? The kind of dude, knows he's supposed to be in a curfew, not in a curfew. Okay, we get for a big game, out partying, hang out. I mean, he looks like a kind of young, immature cat. We've seen a bunch of rhetoric behind the scenes about that. So I don't really have that much of an issue with it. Also Kenyon Martin, decent pro. Not the greatest pro athlete ever. I mean, these guys, it's not like these guys were Tim Duncan and, some of the guys over there at San Antonio Spurs. I'm sorry. So I kind of am taking what George Karl is saying, and I think I kind of agree with him.
Got it. All right. So as far as the NBA is concerned tonight, there's some matchups here that are going on. There's a lot of games on the ticket tonight, Dream. Tons.
Wow. And
you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if the Utah Jazz, as they faced the Toronto Raptors, if that was a low-scoring affair. Because Toronto's offense stinks. Although it's been better this year. They've actually scored a lot of points this year. But that Utah defense, and you take that putrid offense, I think the Utah Jazz will get it done tonight, to be honest with you. I really do. I think they're going to win that game. 10-6 at home. They've lost 2 games in a row now. Got the Toronto Raptors, who are 9-3 away, and they're giving 2 points to the Utah Jazz. I like the Utah Jazz to possibly win that game, Dream. What do you think?
I think that I'm not betting against Toronto Raptors. I know about the home team dog thing. You could throw all those superstitions.
Not in the NBA.
I was just going to say that. You could throw all that out of the basket as far as the NBA is concerned. And this Raptor team, I had them last year. During the regular season, they're a juggernaut.
Yeah, I get it.
Juggernaut regular season. I think there's a couple of maybe easier spots you could go look for. I wouldn't mind getting involved with Pop. You know what I'm saying? Coming off of a loss last night to the Clippers, getting involved with Pop, going into Portland Trailblazer land.
Yeah, very good point. That could be a pain in the ass game, though.
Could be a pain in that game. Trailblazers are up and down. They haven't been fantastic this season, though. In fact, as far as I'm concerned, look like they've taken a little bit of a step back. Pop's got to be a little bit ticked off with his guys about last night as they lost to the Clippers. He might be in their case a little bit, or and want them to get involved in this game and really go out there and give max effort. You do like that the Spurs generally are a pretty max effort type team. 15-2 on the road is their road record. I kind of like Spurs tonight, Hat.
You do? Okay, man. Well, I wish you the best of luck. You just got to make sure you watch who's going to be starting tonight, Dream. You know how Pop goes. Plus, they're playing Christmas Day. So keep that in your brain when you're putting
Keep that in your brain. I do kind of like the Spurs tonight against the Trailblazers. Other spots in the NBA that you might want to look at. See, I don't know enough about this Milwaukee Bucks team. I know people have talked about Milwaukee. I do know that the Wizards are 3-9 on the road. Got a win against the Chicago Bull team that I told you are in some trouble, and now they're going into Milwaukee tonight. You might want to take a look at Milwaukee. If you like them, take a look. Jury's still out with me as far as Milwaukee Bucks. I got to take a look, but this is a nice spot, so you might want to look at them as far as tonight's spot is concerned.
All right. So, and what? Yes.
Cleveland Cavaliers.
Not interested tonight.
Okay.
Not interested in them. You know why? Because they got Brooklyn coming into town. You know how they play versus booty teams.
True.
Brooklyn's 1-13 on the road. Losers of 4 straight games. There's no line posted yet. Probably because you're probably going to get... I wouldn't be surprised if they sat my boy tonight.
Really?
I wouldn't be surprised. There's no line yet. So what does that tell you? Usually they have the line posted. If everybody's playing, they usually have the line posted. So if LeBron sits, he's going to sit tonight. If he does. And then they have off tomorrow. And Sunday is Christmas Day. And you already know what goes on Christmas Day. You have major NBA games going on Christmas Day, including the rematch of the NBA Finals. Golden State versus the Cleveland Cavaliers in Cleveland. And Dream, you and I already talked about this game. It's not playoff basketball.
It's not playoff basketball.
And we have a feeling, and you know what? It's kind of crazy that I would do this. We have a feeling that Golden State's going to win.
I definitely do.
Both of us do. So, you know what? We'll have to have that conversation. Maybe we'll post something out there on social media, whatever, about a Dream. But that's pretty much going to do it for me, unless you got anything else on your brain.
I do. I got a little bit of ice work, just a little teeny bit. And we got the New Jersey Devils playing the Pittsburgh Penguins tonight. New Jersey's coming off of a win, and New Jersey's not a good team. The Penguins are very good at home. I got the Penguins murdering the Devils tonight on the ice.
Murdering. That sounds
I got a Dr. Dan total annihilation murder with the Penguins, and I got another spot that you could take the Penguins money line and place it with the San Jose Sharks at home tonight, going up against the Edmonton Oilers. I like the Sharks and I like the Penguins. 2-team money line parlay. Take it to the house and thank me tomorrow.
All right, sounds good, Dream. So that's pretty much it, right?
That's all I got.
All right, guys. So you know what? Hey, we're going to be on tomorrow because we are working hard, and tomorrow is the NFL. So we're going to be on at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be myself, the Dream, and the Evil Genius. We're going to be talking about all these NFL games. We got 12. It's going to be like a Sunday show tomorrow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tweet out the link to our fantasy football contest where we already filled one. This is the second one that we're trying to fill. We only need 5 more players, and it's $10 to get in. Winner take all. So get ready. I understand if you're a little scared, because I'm involved. So it's all good. Dream, you're involved in both of them, right?
I'm involved in both of them.
All right. So let's get going. And guys, we're going to close this thing out and get ready for tomorrow's show. So Dream, what do you got to do to close out of here?
I want to thank everybody that's retweeting the show, gang. I am not on any of the college bowls today. I do like the Spurs slightly in the NBA, but I really do like the San Jose Sharks and the Pittsburgh Penguins in a 2-team money line parlay this evening that I'm definitely going to be on. If you want to tail that, get on it. Remember, we are not handicappers. We say that all the time. We are gamblers who have an opinion about gambling. And guess what? By the way, not to sugarcoat stuff, hasn't been a good season as far as gambling is concerned in the NFL. It's concerned. I've done a lot better in hockey, though. I have. I got to tell you that.
You sound like other people, Dream.
What? Say that again?
You sound like people on social media.
Oh, I know. Wait. Let me tell you about my record. I've been in business for 50 years.
Let me tell you about my hockey. Hockey's
Let me
dope.
tell you about my hockey.
Oh, don't worry about the NFL. Don't worry about it. I got my hockey's popping.
Don't worry about my NFL has been brutal. I'm down 20 grand this season in the NFL. But I'm coming back with hockey.
What do you got, kid?
Gang, we love you to death. I'm the dream. Always remember who you with. Let me thank the guys that retweeted the show. Terry Richard, Terrence Matt, KMVU, Vegas Girl 92661, C. Rodriguez Jr., Railroad King, Shane Whitehead, Cash Action Bets, Marlon, Bang the Book, Rick Lopez, OJFP. Today has been a lot of fun. We've complained. Don't mind my complaining. I just like to keep it a little bit real. But we've had some fun with it. I think it's been a fun show for the most part. I'm the dream. Always remember who you with. Make the most of each and every day, as you cannot get this time back and take the hockey play.
Let's hope that on Monday's show, the dream isn't salty. Let's hope that you make some money and listen to our selections in the NFL.
It hasn't been that bad of a season,
Come on, man. You might need to go buy a package.
To me, a bad season. If I'm losing $5, it's bad.
Son, you need to go buy a package, I think.
We'll buy a package, all right?
Guys, we love you to death.
Package.
Go out there. Go easy. Make all your dreams a damn reality. Merry Christmas to you. We'll be back tomorrow. Go out there and get that money. Let's go.
Hashtag packages.